What's the boldest thing you ever did without thinking it through? I punched my stepdad in front of the entire church, but that wasn't even the part I regret. Everyone told me I should be happy for my mom, and Rob seemed like a dead man. I just wasn't used to seeing her with someone new, but none of them knew what I'd been seeing up close. Rob used to call me kiddo, and always joked about how I needed to man up, even though I was 19. But I played along for mom, and acted like it didn't bother me, because I saw her smiling again for the first time in years. So I sat through dinners, posed for pictures, and even helped her pick out flower arrangements like a dutiful son. But something about Rob always felt wrong. 2 days before the wedding, I borrowed his tablet to check directions, and a screen lit up to a message she hadn't closed. It was from someone named Riley. The first line was, "Sorry I missed you last night. I should have closed it and walked away, but I didn't." I wanted to believe he was innocent. Maybe Riley was just a friend, or I was overthinking. But the more I scrolled, the colder I felt. The texts, photos, and the way he spoke to her was bad. And then I saw her age and froze because she was 15. I sat there numb while my mom hummed in the next room, writing vows to this man. I said nothing that day or the day after because I didn't know how to. So I waited. I printed everything and slipped it into an envelope. Then I walked into that church like nothing happened. But everything was different, and I was the only one who knew. Everyone was smiling, and my mom was glowing. The music started, and she walked down the aisle. And when the pastor asked if anyone had a reason why these two should not be married, I knew what I was about to do, but I had no idea how it would end. I stepped forward and handed her the envelope without saying a word. She looked confused, and Rob looked nervous. Then she opened it, and his face dropped, and her hands started shaking. I could hear whispers behind me, but all I saw was Rob reaching for me. He grabbed my arm and tried to pull me back, so I swung hard and didn't hold back. He stumbled into the pews, knocked over a vase, and the music stopped. And in that silence, I noticed something I'll never forget. Amon didn't run to me, she rushed to him, and that broke me more than anything. She started crying, holding his face, asking if he was okay. She looked up at me with the kind of rage I hadn't seen since I broke a window in 7th grade. She yelled my name like I ruined everything, but I just stood there waiting for her to ask me if it was true or even thank me, but she didn't. She told me to leave, so I did. And somehow that hurt more than the punch I threw. I slept in my car that night and didn't go home or even check my phone. I just stared at the ceiling and wondered how protecting someone could feel this raw. The next day I got a voicemail. She said the wedding was postponed, not canceled. She claimed I had overreacted and said Rob had explained everything. Riley was his niece and the messages were misunderstood, but I knew what I saw and I knew she did too. I didn't respond or go back. I just stayed with a friend across town and tried to move on. But everywhere I went, people recognized me. But no one cared why I did it, just that I ruined a wedding. So I stopped going out and deleted social media, and for a while I thought maybe I was the problem. But then I got a letter from a girl named Riley. It was short, but it changed everything. She said she was sorry and thanked me for saving her by telling the truth. I sent it to my mom and she never responded. But a week later, I heard through a cousin that the wedding was called off, and Rob moved away without an explanation. I haven't spoken to mom since, not because I hate her, but because I don't know if she forgives me or not.